Thursday Night Football, week 5. We at the five-time week of the NFL season. Let's get it. And I was like, we start that, like I said, with Thursday Night Football. And we got a weird sort of matchup. This sort of matchup we sort of see with Thursday nights, not necessarily good or great. It's a football game. I feel like they sort of make sure that, because it's Thursday and it's like one day, almost like sometimes they do it with Mondays too, where it's like you're gonna watch football regardless. We all gonna watch football. How many of us really got something better to do? We might got something else we might want to do, but better, nah. So guess what? You're sort of forced to watch the only game on, at least for a good amount of time. And this could either be a game that is more intriguing and actually more exciting than advertised, other than actual I guess storyline plots or something like that. Or some of us is going to get some sleep early. Or maybe you get to watch that show that you've been putting to the side or something like that. But for this one, we got the Bears and we got the Commanders. And I think for me, it's an interesting game. For others out there, maybe not. I was like, the Bears 0-4. They ain't really not there. They ain't been doing nothing. But because they also have been sort of a dumpster fire, it could also be funny. I mean, or really sad, depending on how you want to look at it. After last week where 2 weeks before, how they had the whole thing with their defensive coordinator and Justin Fields saying his little thing, and it being a whole lot of hoopla out here, they get drugged by the Kansas City Chiefs. So when they have a chance to face the Broncos, there was a game that was like they both was 0 in the column of wins, and neither one seemed like they, we didn't know what we were going to get. Both had storylines of how garbage this could be. And turns out the game was basically a bunch of you winning. No, I want to win it. Nope. The Bears went up, and they were basically beating them up 21-7. Then the whole game flipped, and they ended up losing 31-28. I'm at 28-7 when they was winning, the Bears, but they ended up losing 31-28. That type of turnover of flip-flop from Justin Fields having the best game of his career. He had like 300 or something, 4 touchdowns. The best game. And they lose to the Broncos, who was going to get laughed at. They saved themselves a week, but now the Bears get laughed at. And now we have a chance to have them against the Commanders. And what kind of game we going to get out of the Commanders as well, too? I think the Commanders' record doesn't show how good they've actually been. Because they've been in nearly, I was like, even the games they've lost, they've been in those games as well. And I was like, their defense has been pretty solid, especially up front. Sam Howell, I was like, except for really against the Bills, he's really had like a really good season. That's probably been his worst outing. But I was like, he had a couple comeback wins, or at least comebacks. He come back and win against the Broncos. He came back against the Eagles. It's supposed to be like this daunted defense and haven't really been up to that par. But Sam Howell been throwing the ball across a lot, and he's been getting all the balls to his playmaker. And they've been, he's been trusting them, and they've been over here rewarding them. And Bannerman been having that offense pretty much going with the run game. So this seems like a game that should be the Commanders to lose. Let's be honest. And that's why I think it's intriguing, because I think on one side, the Commanders, if they get this win, they get to stay in this competitive NFC that with the Eagles and the Cowboys, that basically you're going to need all the wins you're going to get, especially, since they already lost to the Eagles. They still got one more, and then you play the Cowboys a couple times, but you want to stay close in the race to either try to take the division, because you never know what can happen. I was like, the Cowboys lost big, so And the Eagles, I was like, they've been able to stay healthy, but you just never know what's going to happen. Or at least have a better shot of getting to the playoff, because you being the third team in the division means you're probably going to be looking out on the playoff. But NFC as a whole hadn't really been looking all that fire either. So they might be able to get in. And I was like, they might be able to get in anyway, but just being the third team is already sort of difficult. So why even put yourself in that situation? Go ahead and get the wins while you can, especially against games you know you're supposed to win. Like, we as fans sort of know the games that you're supposed to sort of win. I was like, I know, like how the Cowboys lost against the Cardinals. They're not supposed to say playing down to their competition, but we can say playing down to their competition. Anyway, and that's why you would think that the Bears come out and lose. But maybe maybe Justin Fields have a really good game. And if he had another good game and they lose, that's just going to start pointing more to the coach. And I was like, it is what it is this season. I was like, at this point, like I said, Fields probably done after this year, and the coach probably done after this year. But you could get something basically if Justin Fields looks good enough in all these games, or it looks like what we thought that he was going to come in with this with. Now it's going to be difficult because, like I said, I was like, the Commanders up front had a lot there, and against a Bears team, especially like the offensive line is. But I mean, don't get me wrong, they held up pretty well against the Broncos for the most part, and Justin Fields might be a lot more of, let me go ahead and take the thing and run for the first down. But he's also shown that he can also stay in the pocket if there's an opportunity to do so. I think the Bears are going to lose this game. I think the Commanders are going to win it. I think their defense is going to pressure Fields up front all day. I think Fields will still play. I think Fields won't have the game he had last week, but I think he will still play well or play good. And where we won't really like put this all on him. I think he's still been turnover prone, so I was like, he's still going to probably throw a pick or so. It just depends on when those picks are, because sometimes on the thing you'll see he throw a pick or two, but when you look at it, it's really not. It doesn't really count in the same way. But a pick is a pick. But I also don't trust his defense, because the defense has been getting their asses handed to them constantly every week. And when your quarterback and your offense gives you a lead like how they do, and you still can't manage to just stay, just stop them. Just stop them one time. Just stop them one time. That's all we asking. Granted, the offense at the same time, I was like, they were playing really good, and then all of a sudden they just sucked back up and couldn't muster up anything else. So on the same end, but I was like, at least I think it's going to be an entertaining game. I was like, I think the Commanders, like I said, slip out with a victory. But I don't think they're going to crush. I don't think they're going to crush the Bears. That's what I'll say. They're not going to crush the Bears. Justin Fields will have a nice game, a good game. But he won't be able to overcome the rest of the crap that the Bears have to do with this. But anyway, yeah, so Thursday night, I was like, hopefully I go. All overall, I really just want a good enough game to watch nearly the whole thing and not be like, all right, I'm bailing, because that's what I was like. Either have it be bad blowout early on where I could just be like, change channel, or keep me up in there basically to the last little minutes or so. That I'm perfectly fine with that, because either way, I'm not in no purgatory. I'm trying to figure it out. But what are your thoughts? I was like, do you think there might be an upset here brewing? Can it even be called an upset when Washington is not they're just 2-2, so they're a 500 team. So I guess it can't really be called up. It could be called an upset. Nobody's expecting the Bears to win in this, not even the Bears fans. So yeah, like this video, thanks, I appreciate it. If not, hey, maybe next time. But until then, I'm out.